Hello, friends. Ben Ochart here. Thank you so much for tuning in. And today I want to talk with you about a fish that it's becoming one of my favorites. It's called a vieja. It's a Central American cichlid. Uh, I think it originates in Mexico, Belize, places like that, and recently moved from a quarantine tank into the 55-gallon tank that you see lit behind me. But let's go ahead and get into that fish, the Vieja cichlid. If you're new to the channel and you always like to be getting new ideas about how to take care of fish, and you feel you're getting something out of the channel, be sure to hit that the bell and the sub button, and let YouTube know that you are enjoying the channel, and that encourages YouTube to recommend the channel to other fish keepers, so it helps the channel grow. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. And let's talk a little bit about the Vieja. The Vieja, of course, is a beautiful fish. You can see a picture of it right here, a picture I found on the internet. And you can see why it's referred to as a redhead or firehead cichlid. It's a cichlid that's a little bit difficult to determine the sex because the male and females can look very, very similar. Something I like a lot about New World, Central, and South American cichlids is that both males and females have color. When, compared to African cichlids, where the females can be, in most cases, very drab. This picture here is one I took from a channel sponsor. This one here is off of the web page of the Cichlid Shack, and you can see one of the fish there. The top one has a very prominent hump on the head. Very often that's thought of as a male vieja. Even though I'm reading in researching this fish, I'm discovering that the females can sometimes also develop the same hump. So you can't just go off the hump and assume that that's a male, and that's also one of the aspects that make it difficult to sex this particular fish. I'll show you the one I have. I have a Juvenile Vieja, and you can see it here, and you can see they really lack the pinks and reds and the wide range of colors they have when they get older. They're still a pretty fish as a juvenile. I have two of them in this tank, and the lighter colored one there that's swimming behind the other one, that is the dominant of the two. Now, when they were in the 29-gallon, the subdominant was always very black and dark, and was getting harassed by the light colored one quite a bit. In this tank, maybe because of the extra space, it's calmed down quite a bit, and as you can see, they're sort of coexisting there without any real heavy aggression or violence. I made a short video in slow motion here you can take a look at, and just to see the detail on the fish. I think that as a juvie, I find this fish to be very attractive, and of course it'll get more and more impressive as it puts on size and color. They can reach up to 12 inches. They'll put on a lot of bulk, produce a lot of waste, and of course with just a few more inches they're going to have to be moved into a bigger tank, possibly the 90-gallon tank that I just picked up, or maybe into a 125 or a 220 that I plan on acquiring in the future. They do better in a tank that is 6 feet in length as a minimum once they put on that size. The dominant fish is here looking for the subdominant vieja, and you'll see here he'll get him to come out of the cave that somehow he was able to squeeze himself into. And look at how dark he is when he came out of that cave. And keep an eye on him, and you'll actually watch him right before our eyes here lighten up considerably. I mean, look at that. Goes to show these fish have the ability to change, and in this case it's probably because of the white substrate. very often the substrate can help to change the color of the fish. Maybe it's a protective mechanism, since many fish are attacked by predators from above, so they're trying to blend in to the substrate. I can't wait for this fish to put on its size and color. They do prefer vegetables in their diet, unlike the fish I have normally been taking care of, which require or need up to 40% of protein. These fish don't require a heavy protein diet. They actually prefer more vegetables. So I'll be including vegetables, spirulina, things like that in their diet, and just to make sure they get the right nutrition. They like a pH, in the mid-7s, which is where my tanks tend to run. So they'll be happy here. And a temperature of around 78 to 81. They're comfortable in that kind of temperature. You can see the red shoulder severum, also a fish that's going to be coloring up very nicely. And I'm very much looking forward to that one as well. Needless to say, these fish are going to be requiring a bigger tank. The severums can also put on some good size. The Geophagus that's in there, the Surinamensis, and even the Heckelei threadfin can put on some size. So they all should be transferred over probably to that 90, then from the 90 to a 125 or 220. So they have about 6 feet of space to live in because of the Geophagus constantly sifting through sand, and expelling it through its gills. I'm going to probably keep a light or a very small grain sand substrate. I don't mind it. This color, of course, shows every little speck, so it keeps me on my toes with regards to vacuuming and water changes, which I guess is a good thing when you think about it. So that's the review, the introduction of the Vieja, and I'm doing these profiles. I'll do one on the severums and on the Heckelei, and also on the Geophagus, and any other fish that I add to that Central American, South American, New World tank. I'll go ahead and do a review on it for 2 reasons. One, I want to share with you information about the fish, but also when I do those, it forces me to do a little more research, dig a little deeper, drill a little deeper, and learn about the fish myself. So we'll learn together about these new fish that I'm getting into. Okay, so again, if you feel like you're getting something out of the channel, be sure to hit that sub button and the notification bell. Let YouTube know that you're enjoying it, and I hope to see you on Saturdays at the Cichlids and Coffee live stream. And if you'd like to get a little bit of behind the scenes, follow me on Instagram at ben.o.cichlid for a little bit of a behind the scenes look at photos and video that I don't post anywhere else. And come on over to the Ben O. Cichlid Facebook group page, where there's a very friendly, just a friendly group of fish keepers, both advanced and beginner, who keep cichlids, freshwater, saltwater, community tanks, all types of fish. The group is open to everybody, even though cichlid is in the name. And be sure to answer all the questions so you can get in the group. That's how we keep the trolls out. And it's a group that's friendly and allows new fish keepers to ask questions without worrying about people jumping on them. There's no real stupid question there. It's designed to help help people to come along in the hobby with the help and mentorship of more experienced fish keepers. All right, so check out that group, and that's it for me. Thank you so much for tuning in. You are appreciated. Bye-bye.